Hey guys, Tozzy here. Welcome back to episode number 2 of the Nottingham Forest career mode here on FC26. We will start today off with a home game to Manchester United, which is a massive game. We need to try and get back on winning ways after a defeat to Bournemouth. Today is the first proper episode where we will be doing the month of November. As stated in episode 1, we will be doing 3 played games and then the rest of them will be simmed. So in this month's example, we will be playing 3, simulating 3. The 3 that we will be playing, as you can tell from this screen, it's pretty obvious which 2 Premier League games we will be playing. We will obviously be playing Manchester United at home and Liverpool away at Anfield. The Europa League, we have got Sturm Graz and Malmo. If we look at the Europa League table, they are both below us. So we are going to play Sturm Graz because they are our direct rivals. They're a couple places below us on the same amount of points. So we're going to play them. Malmo are down here in 31st. They are only a point behind, but hopefully with a victory against Sturm Graz, we'll be able to pull a bit clear of them. So that is the plan for today's episode. So without further ado, let's take a look at their opponent analysis here. They line up obviously in the Amarin 5-2-3. It'll be interesting to see if they do play Benadir in goal and not Lamens. Be interesting to see if Ahmad plays, Dalot plays, or Maguire. Be interesting to see if any of those feature. But with that said, let's go to the City ground, shall we? Manchester United then. This is how they line up in their 5-2-3. They have got Lamens in goal. Back 5 is Dalot, Martinez, Maguire, De Ligt, and Dorgu, Bruno, and Mainu. And then the front 3 is Mbuemo, Šeško, and Cunha. Ahmad on the bench. We'll see whether he comes on to make an impact. Hopefully he will not make an impact, because hopefully the impact will be made by the players playing in red. Let's get it on then. Come on, Forest. Zinchenko. Good ball now here. Hudson-Odoi will take it into his stride and strike it off the bar as well. Oh, wow, what a start that would have been. Woodward won't get there. It will be cleared away by United, but we will win it back, so we'll immediately look to come back at them. But, never mind, Nico Williams decides he wants to give it away. Šeško wins it back off of Milenkovic, enters the penalty area, pulls it back poorly. Intercepted, and we will... Right then. Right. Something tells me I need to turn off handballs for penalties, because what in the hell? It's not even hit his arm. It's hit him on the backside, and the referee has gone, oh yes, that's enough for a penalty right there. Oh, here we go again then. Bruno Fernandes from the spot. Can Matt Sells pull out some heroics? He can! What a save! Can we hit on the break? Gibbs White now with the ball. We'll get a little bit of a run from Dan and Doyd, but we will now look to point that back over the top for Gibbs White. And he's got there, and he will swing it in. Wood is the target. Wood's the target, and he wins the header, and it's a fantastic save. What a save. 2 very good saves from both goalkeepers here. First Sells from the penalty, and then Lamens from that fantastic header from Wood. Anderson, it is going to be the one to swing it in. Can we do anything from this corner there? Anderson with the delivery. Wood's the target. De Ligt wins it. Can we win that? We can. Bruno gets a foot in, but can't do anything about it. Gibbs White lays it on. Dan and Doy, another good save. Anderson again. It's a better one. Wood with the header! 1-0. What a ball in by Anderson. What a jump it was from Chris Wood. And he nets his 3rd goal of the season. 1-0 to Forest. Can we keep a clean sheet? Well done. We've done very well to play out there. That's fantastically done. That is brilliant. Anderson. Morello. Milenkovic. Louise. Wood. Brilliant play. That is simply phenomenal. Dan and Doy 2-0. That is simply phenomenal. Mainu into Cunha. They've worked their way around for Williams there, but Milenkovic says no, not today. Gibbs White, Dan and Doy into Chris Wood. He's laid that off fantastically. It's Hudson-Odoi. It's 3-0 in the 40th minute. United just cannot cope with us on the counter-attack, which is what Forest were so good at doing last season, absorbing that pressure, running down the opposite end of the flank of the pitch, putting it in the net, and we've done it again. It's just too easy to get through this Manchester United squad at the minute. Hudson-Odoi it is this time. The assist comes from Chris Wood, and it is straight into the top corner from Callum Hudson-Odoi. Celebrates there, and it's Nottingham Forest 3, Manchester United 0. Who would have thought this would be coming here? After this shocking performance that we put in against Bournemouth, who would have expected this? There we go then, half time. 3-0 to the good. Very, very good first half. The Garibaldi's supporters will be very happy. Chris Wood has had a very good first half. A goal and an assist, I believe it is. I think it's only one assist. We will double keep at half time at the City Ground. It's Nottingham Forest 3, Manchester United 0. Just to clarify as well, is one assist for Chris Wood. The other assists come from Anderson and Louise. Cunha comes inside. Oh, he almost lost it to his opposite number, but he just about managed to regain it. It's a good ball through. Will Morello get there? Yes, he will. Little dink back to Sells, who's running. Don't quite know why he's done that, but he's given away an Mbuemo. Puts it wide when he should really be finding the target with that one. They're going to make a change. Off comes Maino, on comes Ugarte. Defensive change at 3-0 down. Sesko, good ball over the top as well for Dorgu. Williams is the closest man to him. Will slide in, he goes around him. Pulls back to Sesko, into the box. They're playing this around well. Bruno Fernandes gets past Gibbs White. Ugarte loses it to Williams, very well defended, but he's given it away again. And Ugarte has kept it in. Fernandes this time loses out, and Sells this time will just launch clear. And that's the end of that. Mbuemo's won it back off of Zinchenko there. But Murillo says denied. What's not denied though is Bruno Fernandes coming forward. Sesko, Martinez, and Mbuemo looks to run around Zinchenko this time. Can't do so. Won back by the Ukrainian. Anderson has given it away poorly there though. Can't really get this ball clear for a long period of time here. Gibbs White's done very well. He sent two of them there. That is phenomenal. They're entering the 88th minute, so I don't think these subs are actually going to get a chance to come on. It's looking like, as we are now in the 90th minute with 1 minute added on. So I'd imagine by the time we get this back, that will be that. There will be no subs happening in this game. But will they get a consolation here? And Mbuemo into the box loses it. And we will click, and that will answer that question. No, they will not. A very good bounce back here then at the City Ground. After a disappointing defeat to Bournemouth, we have bounced back in terrific form. 3-0 win at home over a pretty in-form Manchester United side. So hopefully this will catapult us into a string of good results. Next one up though, the Europa League. Just before we get into the next game in the Europa League, we've got a few position changes available. So we're going to go put these through, see if we can get any players to jump in their overalls. First one up is going to be Elliot Anderson, going from a defensive midfielder into a centre mid. He doesn't quite grow there, but hopefully it won't be too long. What did I put him on? Is he box to box or deep line playmaker? Can't quite remember. We'll put him on DLP, just because I think that's one of the midfield roles I play. I think it's a DLP and a box to box, and then a playmaker I think is for the cam. Next up will be the wingers, converting to actual wingers. Hudson-Odoi first, we'll put him on that inside forward. Dan and Doy now to the left, however we will then convert him to the right, which is where he does play for us. Next up is Bakwa, does grow as well. I think we have him on inside forward as well. I'll have to double check it, and if I have got these positions wrong, I will correct them and match them up to their roles in our tactic. James McAtee. The thing with McAtee is I really want him to do well, but he's just not quite got the rating that you'd want him to have, or that he possibly should have. You feel like he should be like 76 rated-ish, really, given how good he was for England under 21s in Euros. But we're going to slap him into a cam one now, so we can get him playing on the right wing. And the cam as someone aggressively slams something through my door, but hopefully you don't hear that part. And I think that is everybody. Just before we do jump to the game, these are the changes I've made. McAtee, Jesus and Bakwa all in to start. Dominguez in to start. Savona and Marato are the only two changes. The bench is as it should be. There's no one really of note missing out other than Hudson-Odoi isn't quite on the bench. Sangare, you would think we should really get him involved. He's 6'3", so we could potentially think about moving him into this centre-back role to potentially play as a backup for Milinkovic. But then we do have this Cunha guy, 6'6". He's a mountain, right-footed. I may potentially think about loaning him out in January. See if we can't get him any game time out on loan, because realistically, I don't think we're going to use him with Milinkovic and Murillo starting effectively every game between the two of them. And if one of them does come out, the other one stays in as well, so we can maintain a bit of that familiarity in the back line. But let's get into the game. This is how they line up. I couldn't be bothered with sitting through all of the graphics again, just waiting for their lineup to come up. So I'm just going to show it you here. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know any of these players. So now in this game, you would in theory say that the English side should dominate the ball a bit more and be the aggressor. So we are in theory going to try and do that as a good ball slot through here. As Bakwa tries to unselfishly slot it back for his captain, but he couldn't quite get him with the cutback. Now it's McAtee onto the onrushing Zinchenko. He will go for the far post, and he put narrowly wide from the Ukrainian. As there we are, raising our hand with our coat on backwards. Anderson loses out. Hasn't been as influential as I was maybe hoping him to be in this role that we've got him in earlier. Anderson. Hopefully he'll grow into it a bit more as Milinkovic wins it back in fantastic form. As speaking of, Elliot Anderson gives the ball away. Jatta into Malone here. We're under trouble here. Good save by Sells. Will we keep it in? We will. If Bakwa wants to make a run, here we go. Bakwa is in behind for now, and he'll slot this time back for Morgan Gibbs-White. He will find the bottom corner. 1-0 Forest. They're looking to come forward, and they will find Jatta. And he will this time get past Milinkovic. Malone. Will he look for Jatta? No, he won't. He'll go out wide to Horat, and he will be blocked by Zinchenko. And he will enter the box, but Zinchenko strong, but he pulls it back into a horrible position. Jatta down low, good save, and Zinchenko this time will get it out. My goodness, and Gibb White has won that back in fantastic position. Oh, and the ball was on there. Couldn't quite pick him out, but the ball was on there. But my goodness, what on earth was Zinchenko doing there? Bailed out by Matt Sells there, my goodness. Savannah. Dominguez loses out. Jatta. Here they come. Malone. They've looked quite good on the ball here, Sturmgratz. Malone. In they come, but Zinchenko loses out. But he's been muscled off it by Malone. Their number 77 is in. And he will equalise. Not good enough there from Zinchenko. Not strong enough at all. He's muscled off that one far too easily. And Maurice Malone grabs his second goal in 4. Half time then. And we have conceded that sloppy goal. And as indeed it was, it's a slow day at the office for James McAtee. Really not thinking he's a winger. I think he might be better off through the middle. Might make that little change at the half time. Might give Gibbs-White a run on the wing. Just see how that works out. It's probably not going to work very well. But McAtee does get a +2 at cam. Gibbs-White doesn't get a plus, but I think he should be alright playing on the wing. I think he'd be more of a wide playmaker, but we'll see how that goes.
And the game restarts with the sides level. There's good width to this.
Dominguez runs forward with a bit of authority here, and he will get the run. from Savannah. And it's a good ball in as well. Jesus with the header. What a save from Christensen. He's effectively just broken his arm to save that, but somehow he has done it. Anderson then. Got an assist from a corner in the last game. This time it's towards Morata. It will come straight back to him there. And he's in a good position here. Elliot Anderson from the edge of the box. Good save. Gibbs White 2-1. There we go. Never mind. Never mind. He's offside. It's a very good hit from Elliot Anderson. Again, it's a very good save from Christensen, but Gibbs White, he is offside. Chatter. We've got the ball in a good position here, but they've lost out. Where on earth has their defence gone? Gibbs White now. Igor Jesus, it's a goal. Their right back just vanished. Not quite sure where he went, but Igor Jesus is having a fantastic time in the Europa League. 4-4 for him. And wow, oh wow. Their right back. Very sus defending there. Dominguez with the winner. McAtee. Yates. Through for Dan and Doy. Is this 3? No, because he's gone with his left foot. They are going to run away with this, but hopefully by the time they approach our box, that'll be game. And there we go. We win away in Austria. It's 2 wins in a row in the Europa League. It's 2 wins in a row in all competitions as well. Hopefully we can continue that with the next one, which is a simulated game against Leeds. Alrighty then, we're going full strength for this one. Zinchenko's a bit tired, but I don't think it really matters. So we're going to quick sim this one against Leeds. It's a 2 PM kickoff, so I'd imagine that's a Sunday game. Let's find out if we can get the win. We quick sim it, and it is a 1-1 draw. Could have been a win though. Chris Wood scores and misses a penalty. And my assistant manager makes absolutely no substitutions. Fantastic. Good job. We need a name for my assistant manager. What should we name him? Give me some name suggestions in the comments and I'll pick whichever one I like the most. As we've arrived at the Liverpool match day, we have now got James McAtee ready to switch to an attacking midfielder. Again, he doesn't grow, which is really annoying. Don't know what to do with McAtee. We might have to loan him out. See if we hopefully do anything. We've also got Dan and Doy switching over to the right. We'll slap him on that inside forward again. I didn't check if we play inside forwards on the right. Let's do that now quick, shall we? Let's have a little look. We play on the right and inside forward. I thought it was. Taking a look at Liverpool then. They're just very good, isn't it, really? It's just very good. They've got 2 injuries, obviously Robertson and Leone, who I think injured his ACL on his debut, didn't he? Was it in the Cup? Anyhow, we see their bench is remarkably strong. Verts, a rat, Mamavashvili, no idea how to say his name, hopefully I said it right. Chiesa, Jones, Gomez, Bradley supposedly on their bench. We'll see how they actually line up though. It'll be interesting to see whether they play Ekitike or the rat at striker. That'll be interesting. But let's go find out, shall we? Here we are then, Anfield, to take on the defending champions, who I don't know what form they're in game, but in real life they are in absolutely rotten form. They've just lost to Brentford a couple of days ago as I'm recording this, so hopefully we can follow suit and copy those 4 teams that have beaten them, but not too optimistic. Liverpool tend to do quite well against me. Can we also just note, by the way, as much as I hate to say it, that Liverpool kit is beautiful. It is lovely. They line up with Alisson in goal. The back 4 is Bradley, Kanate, Van Dijk, Kerkez, as you would expect really, Gravenberch and Stefan Bajetic. Probably butchered that one, I'm just going to call him Stefan. Bit of a unique choice in there, no Gravenberch or Szoboszlai. Interesting. Then you've got Salah on the right, Gakpo on the left, Verts, Rat. And here their bench is The bench is quite strong, really, isn't it? Other than a random Calvin Ramsey rocking up on there and Reece Williams. Other than that, it's just so strong, isn't it? McAllister, Chiesa, Jones, Ekitike, Szoboszlai. Gomez is a good sub to call upon. My God, they're so strong. Let's see if we can beat them. Williams is coming forward. He's found Wood, and we will dink it back. Hudson-Odoi can't get onto it. Gravenberch with the header. And Liverpool survive that attack. Let's see how long we can survive there. Anderson has done very well there. Gibbs. What am I trying to say? Dominguez and Gibbs White. Douglas Luiz. We slide it through. Undoy. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 to Forest. We have done that fantastically. Me butchering names. The team scoring lovely goals. Hopefully, we won't really give their number 9 much to work off today. We're going to try and be nice and compact at the back. I'll not really give them much attacking space to work on. We're going to try and zip it around nicely. Play out from the back. Bit of a weak pass there from Williams, but it reached its target, so it doesn't really matter. Anderson will find Douglas Luiz. This time I got his name right. And Williams has continued his run and he's away down that right hand side, but Kirkes is just rapid. Gakpo. Salah loses Zinchenko, but it falls kindly for Bradley. Verts will look for Salah, I believe he was. He got it back again now. Mo Salah, good block by Murillo. Very good block by Murillo. In comes the cross. Hopefully that will be comfortable for Stills, and it is. We're going to look to hit them on the counter-attack. And we've worked that fantastically well. Hudson-Odoi, left-footed straight at Alisson. Now Liverpool look to come away, but Gibbs White with a phenomenal slide challenge to block it. And there's half-time. And we go in at the break, 1-0 up. Last season, of course, Forest were one of the only teams to beat Liverpool. So hopefully we can continue that. And that win, of course, was at Anfield. At half-time as well, they've only had one shot and we have had a good majority of the ball. So Liverpool have been very, very tamed so far. What in the world is that? And Doy, no, he's offside. They've made a very early switch here. McAllister has been brought on for Stefan, who had very, very little to say in the first half. I think the only real thing he did was give the ball away once. So that does make their midfield a heck of a lot stronger now, though. But it's Salah coming forward, Milenkovic with the win, and Anderson will look to come away with it. And he will play a good ball into Hudson-Odoi. He will play a 1-2 with Wood, and we are away here down that left-hand side. But we're going to have to turn backwards so we can get away from Van Dijk. Anderson will go for it, it's blocked. And that could have fallen to anyone, but Liverpool do just about hash it away. But not for long, we're coming again. Doy into Gibbs White. I keep saying Gibbs White when it's it's not even Dominguez. I did it again. I did it in the first half. And I've done it again. Anderson to Zinchenko. Gibbs White now. Luiz. There's a little gap there. Why have you tried the back heel that? You've just wasted an attack. That was very risky, wasn't it? Not quite sure what has happened there. I was just moaning about Douglas Luiz giving away the ball for an unnecessary back heel, but then they've just decided to launch it back to Alisson, who's just about kept it in. I don't even remember that happening. I don't even remember. But Gakpo is off, and he doesn't look happy about it, and Szoboszlai is on. It's Isak, loses out to Murillo, who's done fantastically well against the Swede. Anderson. Can't turn between the two of them. Gravenberch. There's a lot of space for Salah. Got to try and cover that passing line, and we did that fantastically well. Szoboszlai. Nico Williams with a phenomenal foot in. We are now in the 75th minute, so I'm going to make a few changes. Hudson-Odoi's not really had much of an impact. We'll bring on Bakwa and switch him over to that side. Savannah was quite good in the Europa League, so we will bring him on here. Obviously, Liverpool is a completely different breed of animal than Sturm Graz. No respect intended, but we will also take off Douglas Luiz. This time we will get his name correct. We'll bring on Dominguez. And may also bring on Cali Moendo. I think that will do us for this game as well, as Williams will now run away with it. We have lost it here. Gravenberch will come forwards. And now he'll go backwards to Connor Bradley. He will look to build on something. Verts into Gravenberch, into the box, crossed. It's blocked. Who is this a free kick to? Because I think that struck both of their arms. I think it's a free kick to us. It is indeed a free kick to us, as the changes will happen. Stan and Doy down the left-hand side now. Quite sure what he's done there, but he's given it away, that's for sure. Salah wriggles through one and finds a fantastic ball through. Milenkovic strong this time, and Sells smartly lashes it out. 6 minutes to go. We still lead 1-0. See if we can't hold on to this. Verts with the corner. In it comes, out by Gibbs White. Will we win the ball? No, we won't. Salah into Shabozla. If we can get this clear, we've won. Verts into the box. Round one. Kanate. Good save by Sells onto the post. And that will do it, surely. And that will do it. We win at Anfield. Away from home. Wow, that was close at the end. Sells with a massive save to tip that one onto the post. Wowzers. We do win. They only had one shot in the second half, and that was that one that Sells just tipped onto the post. We also only had one shot in that half. I can't really remember it, to be honest. Who knows? We win the possession battle. Man of the match in that one was supposedly Douglas Luiz, who did get the assist for Dan and Doy. I think Murillo, one of the centre-backs, I think it will win man of the match for me. One of these two. I'll let you decide which one wins it, but I think it's one of them two. I think they were phenomenal. They held off Isak and all of their attack very well, to be fair. So we leave Anfield with 3 points. We've had an email here from the physiotherapist saying that Ola Aina is on his way back from his injury. He can now rejoin the first team training sessions. Let's have a look in the squad hub at how long it will be before we can feature him back in the side. Ola Aina is back in a day. Obviously, he won't be playing for a little bit of time while he recovers his sharpness and all of that good stuff. But we are now at the Malmo game. They line up in a 4-4-2 flat formation. Again, I'm not sure if I recognise any of the names other than Olsen in the goal. But we'll move on to this one. It is a simulated game, as is the one after that. So we will simulate this one on a cold Thursday night at the City ground. Do we make a couple changes? No, we'll go with the first team. Every win counts in this competition. So let's simulate it, hope for a win. It is a 2-0 win. Lovely stuff. Zinchenko red card. But goals from Chris Wood. And the assistant manager, the unnamed assistant manager currently, does make some subs in this game, which is happy days. He brings Gibbs White off in the 48th minute. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't just do that at half time, but anywho, Manchester United only draw in their Europa League games. Zinchenko obviously suspended for the next Europa League game, but that won't be until the next episode anyway, and by that point, Ola Aina will be back. So the next one is another simulated game against Brighton, 7th versus 15th. Palace win 5-0 against, was that Strasbourg in the Conference League? My goodness gracious me. There we go, then there's Brighton, 4-2-3-1. Minte down that right-hand side is obviously rapid. Could be a potential transfer target if you'd like to see him in a red shirt. Let me know your thoughts on that one. I do really like Yankuba Minte. I think he's a really good player. But again, let me know what you think about that one. Obviously, it depends how much you like Dan and Doy and Bakwa. Bakwa, who we haven't really seen much of in this episode, obviously scored scored but didn't score the free kick against Bournemouth. If you know, you know. Anyhow, we move into this simulated game here. Wood is a bit tired, but it's a simulated game, so it doesn't really matter. In the rain, at the world famous City ground, we get a 1-1 draw. Chris Wood again scores, but again, the unnamed assistant manager makes 0 substitutions. Fantastic. Fantastic. We concede in the 84th minute as well to lose 2 points, unfortunately for us. But that will do it then for this episode number 2 of the Forest Save. We will end it here with Sangare saying that he wants a bit more game time. I rely on you when it matters most, sir. Before we end it, let's have a look. Does Sangare gain anything from being at centre-back? He does get a +3, supposedly. It's -1 at central midfield. Let's have a look, just before we end this one. How long will it take to convert Sangare into a centre-back? He's unhappy with his game time, but let's have a look. It will take 2 weeks. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, then we can always potentially look to move him on. Yeah. As we are now in December, do let me know in the comment section who you would like us to potentially look at for signings this month. It's a very busy month. And there's obviously 2 standout home games there that we will obviously be playing, Man City and Tottenham at home. For the final played game of the month, I'm not quite sure what we'll do. Maybe the Europa League game, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Fulham, maybe Everton. We play Everton twice this month, actually. So probably... Actually, we might play Everton just to sim 1, play 1. So I think that will be our 3 played games. It will all be in the Premier League. Tottenham, City, and then Everton. All at home as well. So hopefully we can get some nice group of points in that one. We end today in 16th in the league. 3 points clear of the relegation zone there, and West Ham, who our next game is actually bottom of the Premier League, Wolves. They've conceded 27 goals. Hopefully we can chip a couple past them there. At the top, Man City, Arsenal and Sunderland all joint on points. That pains me to see as a Newcastle fan, but hey ho. Speaking of Newcastle, they are 9th. But that will do us for today. We'll just have a quick look at the Europa League table as I'm saying my goodbyes to you. We are currently 6th, which is lovely. But yes, that will do it for episode 2. I'll see you in episode 3 very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment for who you would like to see me potentially sign in January. Let me know your thoughts on McAtee, whether he should go out on loan. And just let me know your thoughts in general. As I said, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon.